Omnipod 5 system. Connection to sensor. Dexcom G7. During the Omnipod 5 setup, you can connect a glucose sensor to Omnipod 5. Select your sensor. If you are not ready to connect your sensor, tap No Sensor. If you tap No Sensor, you will be asked to confirm that without a sensor, you will not be able to use Omnipod 5 in automated mode. After your selection has been confirmed, you will be asked to add your sensor now, or you can tap Not Now. To connect or change a sensor later, from the home screen, tap on the menu button. Then tap Manage Sensor. To add your Dexcom G7 sensor, tap Add New. You will need to connect each new Dexcom G7 sensor to both the Omnipod 5 app and the Dexcom G7 app for your pod and sensor to stay connected. You can pair your Dexcom G7 sensor with your Omnipod 5 system in one of two ways. Let's look at the Take Photo option first. To use the photo option, check that your camera lens is not blocked by your smartphone case or controller gel skin. You will also need to have camera permission enabled. Tap Take Photo. Line up the QR code in the green frame. The QR code will not need to fill the frame. It may take a few seconds for the camera to focus. The photo is taken automatically and will not be stored. The connection process will start automatically. If you decide to enter the sensor information yourself, tap Enter Code manually. You will look for two numbers, the pairing code and the serial number. To find the 4-digit pairing code, look for the large 4-digit number in the upper right corner of your sensor applicator. This code can also be found in your Dexcom G7 mobile app. Tap the first box in the pairing code field to display the keyboard. Enter the pairing code and tap Save. To find the 12-digit serial number, look for the row of numbers after the number 21 on the applicator. The 21 is not part of the serial number. This number can also be found in your Dexcom G7 mobile app. Tap the first box in the serial number field to display the keyboard. Enter the number. Check that you have entered all 12 numbers correctly and tap Save, and then Confirm to start the connection process. With your sensor information saved, the pod and sensor will begin to connect. This process can take up to 20 minutes. You can switch to automated mode while the pod and sensor are connecting. For the best communication between your pod and sensor, place the devices in line of sight to each other. This means that you'll place each pod so that it can see your sensor, without your body blocking their communication. For a sensor worn on the back of the upper left arm, for example, line of sight would mean that both locations on your left side and locations on the back of your body would be the best options. You could consider these sites for optimal pod placement. Same arm with 3 inches between devices. Left lower back. Left upper buttocks. Back of the upper right arm across from your sensor. Left thigh. Left abdomen. Left love handles. Every body is different. Over time, you'll find the placements that work best for you. The Omnipod 5 system is compatible with more than one model of sensor. If you want to use a different type of sensor, you can switch sensor types in the Omnipod 5 app. To use a different compatible sensor, check that you have a prescription from your healthcare provider for the sensor you want to use, and that you have the pods that are compatible with the new sensor. You can check the pod box and pod tray lid to see if the pods and sensor are compatible. Wait to switch sensor models until you are between pods. While regular sensor changes do not require a pod change, if you are switching to a new model of sensor, you must make that switch between pod changes. Each pod can connect to only one model of sensor during its wear. If you have the right pods and you're ready to make the switch, tap Manage Sensor in the menu. The Omnipod 5 app will show your current sensor. Tap Switch to switch to a different sensor. The sensor selection screen shows your options with your current sensor selected. To switch, tap your new choice, then tap Save. Tap Confirm to acknowledge the switch. The Omnipod 5 app will then ask you if you want to add that sensor now. Tap Add to begin adding it now. Tap Not Now if you want to wait. Follow the instructions on screen to add information about your new sensor. The home screen will display a connecting message while the pod and sensor establish a connection. With your sensor information saved in the Omnipod 5 app, you can now switch to automated mode.